What's going on, Paisanos? V here, and today I'm going to show you my branded Despia deck that I won my sneak preview with this past weekend. Deck's excellent, deck runs great. What I'm going to do is I'm show you my main side extra. Then I'm going to give you guys my reasons as far as why I chose the cards I chose, and then we'll do shoutouts and all that stuff at the end of all that. Real quick, I just want to say this is a 43 card deck. The numbers are a little bit weird, but the deck performed amazingly. So I'll go over and show you right out the gate. We got 3 Aliber, which I only have 2 of. I don't know where the third one is. It's around here somewhere. I have 3 Aliber though. Yeah, it is. There he goes. 3 Aliber, 3 Fallen Albaz, 2 Blazing Cartesia, 1 Gwem, 1 Albion the Shroud Dragon, 1 Despian Tragedy, 1 Bestial Rebellion, Bestial Sarony as well, Dark Magician, Give Me Public Nightmare, Tropic Mercuria, and Double Edge M Change. So this is the monster lineup of the deck. There's right there in case anyone wants to screenshot it, but that's your monster lineup. As for the spell lineup, we have 3 branded fusion, 3 branded opening, 3 sewer poly, 3 fusion deployment, 3 triple tactics thrust, double fight for patchwork, double polymerization as well. Single ones we have 1 branded loss, 1 turbo tax talents, 1 branded red, 1 dark roll no more, and for our traps is branded retribution as well as fusion duplication. So that's the whole spell lineup. Then we'll go, we'll go into the extract first. Then we have double Mirror Jade, double Grand Guigonol, double Albion, 1 Albion Sanctifier Dragon, Rebellion, Dragoon, Chimera, Mud Dragon, Garua, Renbrum, Sprint Iron Dash, and Predator Plant Draxapelia. And that is the whole extra deck. Then we have, for the side deck, Dark Roll No More. I mean, not Dark Roll No More. Dark Hole. Double Evenly Match. 1 Jinzo. 1 Necro Banshee in Zombie World. 3 Bestial Magnamuts. 3, they only be 1. And 3 Cyclone. So we'll start with the side deck. I think Cyclone is almost a given at this point. Everyone's running Anti-Spell. And you really need... People are trying to be cute and go like 2 Cyclone and Duster. Bro, it's 3 Cyclone. You need to respond to the anti-spell being procced immediately. And this is the best way to do it. Nobody mains anti-spell, so everyone's going to be citing it. So you want to have an answer, and Cyclone's going to be that answer. You need this card at 3. The only one was a card I switched. So I played in an early event. I bricked all my games and still almost like topped it. But the only one was a card I didn't play. And I didn't really see this event, but I'll tell you right now, there's so much value in this card. I think moving forward playing branded, I'm not taking this card out. I don't think anyone should take this card out. I think this is a staple in branded just as much as 3 Bestial Magnamuts are a staple in branded. This card's absolutely amazing as well. We do run the Zombie World and the Necro Banshee just in case Flunderies come out. I don't mind playing against Flunderies as long as I have an answer to beat Flunderies. And most players, like their answers, if you're playing this deck, would probably be maybe with like maybe 1 or a Cyclone, maybe even evenly match. But that deck recovers so fast, so quickly, you really need to find a way to shut them down. This is the way to shut that deck down. It's 2 cards, but it does the answer. We also have Jinzo. I mean, technically you could throw evenly match in because it's good against Labyrinth. I think Jinzo is definitely earned its spot in here. There are certain matchups where by stopping your opponent's special summoning doesn't really do much, Labyrinth particularly, and where Jinzo's is a better card. That's why he's in this deck. Then we also have 2 evenly matched, meaning the fact that we run 3 thrusts, we can run 2 of these. And instead of running a 3rd evenly match, I decided to run Dark Hole. This card actually is really good. It's good against getting Ibly locked. It's good in general. The card is actually ironically really good. It feels weird saying that, but it's a good card. All right. So for the main deck count, I know there's a lot of like contention whether or not to run the Edge and package. I side an entire package out sometimes, but in game 1, I feel like this is the best opening package to get in game 1. It can a brick? Of course you can. You're running 6 cards. The odds of bricking are still always going to be there. With that said, if you want to play this in game 1 and side out game 2, I don't blame you. I did that a couple of games, and to be honest with you, I didn't miss it. But game 1, it was huge because if you go second, you need as much value as possible to break your opponent's board, and this is why the 2-2-2 package is so important. We still run the Dark Magician because we're still running Dragoon. I feel like people not playing Dragoon this blows my mind. Like we can make it so easily. We run Give Me Puppet as well. We go first and we puppet lock. Why not have that option? If we go second, okay. If we break the board, can we puppet lock? Why not have that option? So I think Gimmick Nightmare is an excellent card. I really don't like and understand the reason why a lot of players just don't put this in the deck. It makes no sense to me. I think everything else over here is standard. People are trying to run 2 Gwem. You don't need 2 Gwem. This is a great card, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now is a game of like turn 1, 2. If you're lucky, turn 3. Slower decks don't care about Gwem as much as more aggressive decks caring about Gwem. So I don't understand why people want to play 2 of this and open up later on the game state. It makes no sense to me. Whereas Blazing Cartesia makes infinitely more sense because even in a slower game state, she has more value. And also, if you notice, we match our Cartesia to our Grand Guigano. Some people are playing 1 Grand Guigano and 2 Cartesias, which, once again, makes absolutely no sense to me. You're going to want to play 2 of her. And then, of course, we do a 3-3 line still. Even though there's a good chance this won't get banished when you're playing against Kashiras, I'm so used to playing 3, I don't want to change it. I think it makes infinitely more sense. Value is always going to be there. I kind of want to play more Fusion Duplication. I got Ash a lot throughout this event. Another option, by the way, if you don't want to run the entire package of Edge Imp, is to run the Cross Designated package. It's not a bad package. I mean, had I ran that, I probably would have won better because how many times I have gotten Ash throughout this entire tournament. Fusion Duplication might be another card I might consider in the future. Maybe adding another one, even though we play Triple Darkness Thrust, because this card's crazy. I go Branded Fusion, I get Ash, I go, okay, cool, I'm just gonna set something real quickly, pass. Like, I don't care, I'll play on your turn, like, go ahead. Especially after, like, they summon play cards, so, like, they play like, a monster or whatever, then you do this, and then their imperms are dead. So, I really think this is a great card. I really want to consider playing 2. I don't know, I'll probably test it out. Another reason why I run Dark Ruler No More in the main deck is because, once again, we have Thrust, so technically we have 4 of these. Also, what's also really cool about this card is the fact that after we break our opponent's board, we can Nightmare Lock them. So, like, once again, having one of these makes perfect sense in the deck. I did take out, I think I had 2 towns for a while. I took it out, only playing 1. We have Thrust. Thrust makes 4, so everything's fine. And then, once again, we're sticking with the 2-2 package. Thrust is a needed card in this deck. I feel like if you're playing Branded without Thrust, you're playing a weaker version of a better build. A weaker version of what could be a better build. I think Thrust is definitely that better build running around. So I definitely recommend anybody who, if you can get your hands on Thrust, to get your hands on this card. It will be a game changer. So one thing I wanted to play and really test out a lot was Suapali, and how do I feel about this card? I get weird about it because at most I would like to run 2. The reason why I decided to run 3 Suapali, well, is because of how many options we have in our side deck. The fact that we're seeing a lot more players play cards like Infinite Permanence. So I just really want to have this card out there. A lot of decks, especially now, are really running the Suapali. They're running the Nibiru, but they're definitely running the Suapali. And where if you draw Nibiru as a 6 card, that sucks. Suapali as a 6 card isn't. So that was kind of my mentality. I really like it at 3 for this build. I think it's a great number to have. I do have a super rare Branded Fusion. I'm trying to get the ultimate rares eventually. Once again, everyone's trying to sell my crazy high prices. I'm not no idiot. I'll wait like a couple of weeks and spend like nothing on them and laugh. So yeah, I think double Mirror Jade standard, double Albion standard. I'm just trying to go what's not standard. Oh yeah. So once again, the Grand Guiganos. This is you match them to your Artesia. That always made sense to me. Like if you play something that specifically is a monster, why don't you match it? Like I don't know, it just makes sense to me. So, like if you play Dragoon and you play 2 of these. Well, you have it's a different option with Dragoon. You can play 2 Blue Eyes if you want. I mean, 2 Dark Magicians if you want to, but I don't know. You really shouldn't. But you only play 1 Dragoons. 1 Dragoons is great. I don't like Renbrum. I'll be honest with you, I don't like it. But I am blown away how many times this card actually does come up. It is crazy how many times this card just comes up in a game. You look front end when you look at the card, you're like, all right, that's not bad. But then you think, well, I could play a Despia monster, I could play Aquarius instead. I could play Masquerade, so I'm losing time, which I never went to time, luckily. But no, Renbrum is absolutely insane. It's crazy how many times this card's relevant. And the crazy part is, I only run 1 Beast Warrior, but hey, listen, you could dump it off Mirror Jade, and then use the other effect to bring out a Fallen Albatross on your opponent's turn, and that's really fun for you. So, it does have great application. Speaking of which, I think Sprint has to be in the deck because the fact that it says Fallen Albatross plus an effect monster. Even if you don't have anything but a Fallen Albatross, like as far as everything else in the deck, there's always even an effect monster to fuck around with and make Sprint. I actually used Sprint. I got hit with Goza match 1 game, and I made Sprint, and I just moved Sprint over and blew up the Goza match, and then proceeded to like win. So Sprint's actually, it has application. I think everything else here is pretty much standards. Mudragon, Guru, these are like standard cards for the most part. I did have the pre sneak preview mat, whatever it's called. I want a training grade for a Purely sold it early online. I don't care about that mat. It's gonna add to a stack of cards. So I got rid of it early. Pretty happy about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I also got a Christmas Dragon, which I needed because I want to build a bunch of decks, including Mana DMs and all these Rescue Aces and all the guys. I'm actually really excited to build a bunch of decks moving forward in the future. I don't give too many shout outs, but I just want to once again give a huge shout out over to Imperium Duelist. I've been using their mats. It's absolutely clean. I've been using their sleeves, the extra X sleeves, like, well, this is a different company, but the outer sleeves are absolutely gorgeous. Imperium Duelist absolutely knocking out the park with their sleeves and their mats. Definitely check out my website, YGOPaisano.com. Get some gorgeous fuel centers like this one. The site has been updated, so you get some Ghost Girl fuel centers, tokens as well. Smart TCG for amazing deck boxes. Absolutely, excuse me, absolutely amazing deck boxes. Smart TCG, definitely check them out, guys. They have the newest deck box out, and that deck box is slim, it's easy, it's absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, normally people give shouts to their family, but my family's here with me. They get shouts on the daily, so, you know, whatever. My family, shout out there. Listen, I'm not going to be able to record videos for a while. I'm actually going to be traveling on to Florida for a bit. I don't know when I'll be able to record videos again. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I might be gone for a day, an hour, 2 months. I have zero idea, but when I get back, I'm looking forward to playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm looking forward to, you know, playing all the new decks. I'm going to be ordering all the cards for all the new decks, so get ready when I get back, because I have a lot of deck profiles coming up. And, yeah. Alright, Paisanos, you guys have a great day. It's your boy V. See you around.